Pine Valley Golf Club, Pine Valley, New Jersey, one of the most difficult golf courses in the world.
For most, Pine Valley exists as a concept, same way gravity exists as a concept. I was firmly in this camp until recently when a golden ticket invitation fell into my lap. It's important to talk about that, quote, #1 golf course in the world idea because it's tough to think about much else before your trip to Pine Valley. It's what you think about when you trust the airline with your golf clubs on the way there. It's what you think about when you drive through a strangely normal-looking neighborhood before arriving. There are around 40,000 golf courses in the world, and the idea that one could live up to the idea of being a clear-cut #1 feels about as likely as the place down the street really having the world's best margaritas. But a weird thing happens the deeper you get into your round. You realize that it's actually doing it. Every hole, every single hole, makes your jaw drop. For 4 straight hours, and not a minute more if you'd like to be invited back, the golf course doesn't let its foot off the gas. After a long day of getting joyously kicked in the teeth, one of the more popular subversive dinner conversations is the debate that rages on over the worst hole at Pine Valley. While our table couldn't pin down a unanimous selection for the honor of worst of the best, I couldn't help but think of the shot that I was most terrified to hit again tomorrow. Standing on the 5th tee box for the first time, it doesn't take long to understand why, on a rare broadcast appearance in 1961, Shell's Wonderful World of Golf announcers brilliantly called the 5th
An anthology of hazards,
as it contains just about every cause of death known to golf. There are 2 realistic game plans one can employ at the 5th. Option 1 is to aim for the only welcoming sight in view, an apron of fairway cut that stretches for 30 or so yards in front of the green. This would also be known as laying up on a par 3. Option 2 is to go for the green, but measuring between 219 and 238 yards, option 2 also entails hitting a hell of a lot of club. And if you're going for the green, I hope that your trusty miss is to the left. Going for the green and missing right means you might spend the next 15 minutes humiliating yourself in the forest, getting pantsed by the ghost of Gene Littler.
A 7 for Littler.
But it also means you're trying to make a 1, even though you know you probably have a more realistic chance of being invited to become a member. That tee shot on number 5 is the most visceral example. Pine Valley forces you to make a decision every day on every shot of every hole. It always gives you a way out, a way to make a pedestrian bogey. But it also knows that you likely can't resist trying to hit that shot, the one that you'll discuss at dinner, and at future dinners for as long as you and your golf friends are lucky enough to travel together.